Quantities and stock, all the proceeds went directly to the Shahid Afridi Foundation. Jazakallah, thank you so much.
Can I get the kids, please? The small kids?
Shall sir, छोड़ो.
चलो. Let's go, guys.
आगे भी इशारा आस में मानते हैं. क्या बात है यार?
I'm on top of what?
Right away, processing them.
The consul, yes.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम जी, आज यहाँ हम आर्या बैंक्वेट सेंटर में मौजूद हैं और यहाँ पे फंड रेजर हो रहा है शाहिद आफरीदी की, जो कि हॉस्पिटल इस्टेब्लिश कर रहे हैं कोहाट में, और काफ़ी तादाद में यहाँ पे लोग आए हैं। ये जो फंक्शन है ये हो रहा है इस्लामिक रिलीफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के कोलैबोरेशन से हो रहा है, और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि इस मौके पर लोग वो खुल के जो शाहिद आफरीदी का जो मिशन है जो कि हॉस्पिटल उन्होंने शुरू किया और जो उनको एक्सपेंड करना चाहते हैं, मुझे उम्मीद है कि वो इस मकसद में पूरा कामयाब होंगे।
So, as most of you know, we are here for a special purpose. We are one of many cities that our special guest tonight has hit up during his tour across Canada. And tonight we are here gathered to raise money for a hospital. A hospital specifically in Kohat, a city in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in the province of Pakistan, formerly known as Northwest Frontier Province. And Kohat serves as the capital of the Kohat district. We are here to help bring this vision into reality. It's an unfinished project. It needs some more funds. And that's why we are gathered here specifically this evening. Just the other day I found myself surfing through the Shahid Afridi Foundation website, which is shahidafridifoundation.org, and I came across something that stuck and impacted me right away. Health is not valued until sickness comes. That's such a true statement. You know, we always take health, amongst many other things, especially us who live in the Western society, Western world, health we take for granted until it's sometimes too late. And this is a good reminder, especially for me, that we need to take ourselves and take our health a little more seriously in preparation for those years where we may not be able to supplement by physical activity and other things. Shahid Afridi Foundation also is launched here domestically in Canada. You can find them at shahidafridifoundation.ca. They had a spectacular launch in Ottawa just a few days ago. And I'm going to let them talk about what their vision is and what their mission is, but it's amazing and it's fantastic, and I encourage everyone to listen carefully when that moment comes. Again, when I was looking at their website, there was a phrase that struck me. And it's, we strive to transform isolated communities by ensuring all people attain the most basic human needs such as education, healthcare, nutrition, and clean water worldwide. Again, these things that sometimes we are so fortunate that we take them for granted. But when we reflect and when we take a moment to look around the world, these are basic needs we talk about that are unattainable for so many millions of people around the world, including places that we love, whether it's India or Pakistan. Many millions don't even achieve those basic human needs. So tonight, we, amongst us, have someone very special, someone that probably a majority of us have stayed up at night here, watching, waiting, anticipating. Sahibzada Muhammad Shahid Afridi, popularly known as Boom Boom, is a former Pakistani cricketer and former captain of the Pakistan national team. As a successful all-rounder, Afridi was respected for his consistent bowling that relies on change of pace rather than spin, but drew greater attention for his aggressive batting style. Afridi was the world record holder for the fastest ODI century in 37 deliveries and holds the distinction of having hit the most number of sixes in the history of ODI cricket. Afridi considers himself a better bowler than batsman and has taken 48 test wickets and over 350 in ODIs. Currently, Afridi is leading the chart of most T20 wickets with 92 wickets from 92 matches. He also holds a record of taking most wickets, 97, and most player of match awards in T20 international cricket. Afridi was the president of PSL Team Peshawar Zalmi, which is owned by his cousin Javed Afridi. Afridi is a philanthropist and owner of the Shahid Afridi Foundation. In 2015, Afridi was named among the top 20 most charitable athletes in the world by Do Something. On 19 February 2017, much to the dismay of his millions of fans worldwide, Mr. Shahid Afridi announced his retirement from international cricket. Now, I ask you to please join me in welcoming our guest of honor tonight, the pride of millions of kids learning the beautiful game of cricket worldwide, and the pride of Pakistanis worldwide, no matter where they are, and the one they call Boom Boom, Mr. Shahid Afridi. Please welcome. Please give him a warm welcome, please, ladies and gentlemen.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها زوجة كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم
بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يسبح له فيها بالغدو والآصال رجال لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة يخافون يوما تتقلب فيه القلوب والأبصار ليجزيهم الله أحسن ما عملوا ويزيدهم من فضله والله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah Hafizah. So before I ask one of our first speakers to come up, I would like to pay tribute to the two countries that have brought us here together. So I'd like everyone to rise for, of course, Pakistani Qawmi Tarana, and followed by the national anthem of Canada as well. further ado, I'm going to call on Sister Fatima, our local representative from Islamic Relief Canada, to come on stage and deliver some remarks. Before she gets up here, I just want to tell you that she's one of the most hardest working women that I've come to know. She leads by example. She leads a group of men every time, and she does it so beautifully. And she puts on these wonderful events with the support of Islamic Relief. That is just amazing, and it's an honor to work with her. So please, Sister Fatima, please come out.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all, my brothers and sisters, good friends, and my distinguished guests. Jazakallah khair, Brother Bilal, for this beautiful introduction, and Jazakallah khair for being here with us and for accepting to MC for this evening. It's an honor for us. I'm not going to take long of your time, but I just want to take the opportunity to welcome our special guest from Pakistan, Brother Shahid Afridi and his team. Welcome to Vancouver. And also, not to forget my organization, Islamic Relief from Toronto, and from Edmonton, Brother Mahmoud, Brother Umair, Brother Omar. Most welcome to the great Vancouver. Also, I would like to welcome our lovely community for coming and for supporting and for being there for us all the time whenever we call upon you. And surely without your support, we couldn't help the vulnerable and needy people all over the world. Jazakumullah khair for being here. I would like to thank my supporters and the hard workers that they work with me hand in hand, shoulder in shoulder, Brother Malik Irfan, Brother Tariq Al-Tayyib, Brother Bilal Shima, and many others behind the scene. Jazakumullah khair. I would like also to thank our volunteers, and would like to thank Sister Tanweer, Mariana Saiqan, and Brother Saad, and our learning school, our sponsors, our donors, and Jazakumullah khair. I don't want to take long, I just wanted to say Jazakumullah khair all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Fatima. So I want to keep moving through the program. We have a fair number of things to cover. I want to call up our Dr. Muhammad Tariq, our Consul General here in Vancouver, who has served and connected with the community over the last several years in a very intimate way, and who is always at our beck and call, supporting the different initiatives that are happening throughout the community. So please give a warm welcome to Dr. Muhammad Tariq.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen. We meet today for a noble cause led by Mr. Shahid Afridi. Shahid Afridi needs no introduction. और एक कोई छोटी सी मिसाल मैं आपको दूँ कि अभी जब मैं वैंकूवर से आ रहा था तो मैंने अपने बेटे से कहा चलिए सर चलते, मुझे कहते नहीं आप चलिए, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है। तो मैंने कहा जी शाहिद आफरीदी यहाँ पे आई हूँ, कहते अच्छा, फिर मैं चेंज होकर आता हूँ, तो चेंज करके आता हूँ। तो ये हैं शाहिद आफरीदी। I must say Shahid Afridi has attained a distinct position for himself in cricket field as well as off the field. Through cricket, he has brought countries together, yet at the same time he has made his opponent sweat and sob. His resilience in cricket has made him fit to embark on the most challenging task. His stepping into the humanitarian work can largely be attributed to his training in cricket. जो लोग शायद अफरीदी से वाकिफ हैं उनको ये पता है कि उनके एक्शन का जो रिएक्शन होता है वो जो सामीन होते हैं उनमें से बड़ा मुख्तलिफ किस्म का होता था और एक वक्त पे वो लोगों को एक वक्त पे नचाते भी होते थे और एक वक्त पे रुलाते भी थे। और ख़ास तौर पे मैंने नोट किया कि एक मैच के दौरान जब ढाका में हुआ था तो उसके बाद मैंने देखा पाकिस्तानी नौजवानों ने शायद अफरीदी को बड़ा जालिम कहा। तो ये है, लेकिन मैं ये कहूँगा कि वो बहुत इंतहाई नफीस इंसान है और बहुत ही अच्छे उनके जज्बात हैं। I must say that his roots are from the north. He grew up in South, yet he belongs to Pakistan. An outstanding cricketer, a remarkable humanitarian, he has a dream, he has a vision to empower people through health, education and sports. Very few of us who are settled in Karachi and lead a comfortable life would really identify with the people to whom they belong. He worked from Karachi to Tharparkar to Kohat and Abu Dhabi. His field has always been to bring people together through soft power. Nevertheless, in cricket he used his bat in a bit harder way. In his humanitarian work, he has sought to his fingertips as well as in his conduct. The trust he has established, Shahid Afridi Trust, has been working on its own as well as in collaboration with others in field like safe drinking water, sports, courts, fitness club, rehabilitation of heat stroke victims, scholarship for the needy student, support to the abandoned, orphaned, homeless and disabled people. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of his visit here is to raise funds for the maternity center in the hospital he has established in Kohat and which has to be expanded. We have numerous Qurani ayat and tradition enjoining upon us to have the needy and the poor. Let us be a part of his mission and join his caravan in our humble capacity for the progress and prosperity of Pakistan through education, health and sports. Thank you everybody for having been here with us this evening, and I would request you all to support this global cause and to help Shahid Afridi taking the country forward through his efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saab, and thank you again for always being there at our beck and call and serving the community of Vancouver and other Western Canadian cities. Thank you so much. So I'd like to call on Mr. Zishan Afzal. He serves as the Shahid Afridi Foundation's Global Chief Executive Officer. I wanted to come and talk a little bit about the foundation, some of its work, its growing impact, not just across Pakistan, but globally. And so without further ado, I ask Mr. Zishan Afzal to join me on stage and take over.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Energy doesn't mean I'm Vancouver. Just assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you. It's an honor and it's a privilege to be here today amongst all of you. Thank you for hosting us, and a big round of applause for all of you and yourself as well. Shahid Afridi Foundation. Shahid को आपने बड़ा सा क्रिकेट खेलते तो देखा. 20 years he has played cricket for Pakistan. Now, his second inning has started called Shahid Afridi Foundation, where we have a hope that Shahid out bhi honge. And that is why one of our logos is hope not out. तो ये हमारी फाउंडेशन का मोटो है कि हमारी होप और ये उम्मीद आप लोगों के साथ है जो कभी आउट नहीं होगी। Before I begin what the foundation is, what we do and what are the areas, I would like to play a small video for all of you, so that will tell you what the foundation is.
आज क्लास में सब बच्चों ने अपने हीरोज के बारे में बताया। मैंने भी अपने नेशनल हीरो के बारे में बताया। लोग उन्हें प्यार से बूबू और लाला कहते हैं, लेकिन मैं उन्हें हीरो कहता हूँ।
Not any illusionized video. This video had actual pictures of the hospital, actual people that we had affected, actual stories of the lives that we have touched upon. I'll come to the hospital project in the end. I'll start the education project. In our education project, we have started a project called SAF Schools in Pakistan. Under the SAF Schools, we are teaching 300 children in Pakistan free of cost. And that, in that program, SAF School will now be operating in Karachi and other areas of Pakistan and will move forward. हम Pakistan में, we want to make a grassroots change. We want to actually help in education, educating the local poor communities in Pakistan. That is why education at the grassroots, we wanted to start at the schools. हमने 300 बच्चों में जो पढ़ा रहे हैं, ना सिर्फ we are teaching these children, we are also providing their parents and the children in ethical counseling, free hygiene and dental camps, and also partnership with the poor to provide them microfinance loans. Under our water projects, we have done 120 water pumps across Pakistan, including Thar, KPK and Punjab. We have done 10 water tanks in one of the most remotest areas, जो आपने अभी वीडियो में देखा था, there were mountains. We have laid down a 17-kilometer pipeline. We have done 10 water tanks, and out of this, 6,000 homes have been provided water in that valley. And when I talk about these 6,000 homes, ये कहते हुए तो बड़ा आसान लगता है. So when you look at these rocky mountains, there have been women and children walking barefoot on these mountains just for a small bucket of water. So we went to this area, we wanted to bring a change and provide them clean water, and that's how we started water tanks. Our other project is the health project. Under the health project, we have two hospitals. One is the Kohar hospital, that is the reason that we are here today, and one is a hospital we are building in Thar, which is the Islamcourt area. हम सोमालिया, नाइजीरिया, इनकी सब वीडियोस देखते हैं. Thar में people are dying from drought. People are dying from hunger. So we decided to build a hospital, a 250-bed hospital in Thar, in which we will be providing basic health facilities, and we will be owning a mother and child block in Thar. And you must have recently seen that Shahid Afridi Foundation donated $1 million to the Thar Foundation to build that hospital. Coming to our project Cohort, I must thank you, all of you, and all the Canadian people that with your support, the Cohort Hospital is running. Last year when we came, you donated generously. Cohort Hospital is a hospital spread over an area of 2,000 square yards. We have, with this hospital, we are touching almost 14 villages. आपने बहुत सुना होगा कि लोग गांव से शहर आते हैं, गांव से शहर जाते हैं इलाज कराने. हमारे हॉस्पिटल में people come from city to village to get treated. In last 4 years, we have treated 135,000 patients. Out of these 135,000 patients, 55% were women, 35% were children. And with your generous donation, last year we have treated 25,000 patients and 21,000 patients in the laboratory with your donations. We have also installed a 25 megawatt solar power plant because we believe in clean energy. So we wanted to have our hospital work through this process to have a cleaner Pakistan. So we have installed a 25 megawatt solar plant. Last couple of months, we have started a special mother and child block, a gynae ward. And with your support, with your funds, there were several mothers who have delivered babies in the Cohort Hospital. So these are the small facts. We are here actually to get your support for the Kohar Hospital again, to have it operationally run forward, to help provide basic health facilities to all the people that are in these villages and carry forward this legacy. Before I end my speech, I would like to talk about the transparency and credibility of the foundation. So we have made a product out of Pakistan which is going to be a global product. One of the leading audit firms of the world, EY, is our external auditor. One of the leading world's top 4 firms, Deloitte, is our internal auditor. KPMG, one of the leading financial advisory firms, is our tax partners. Microsoft, we went in January to US, we went to Silicon Valley. Microsoft has partnered with Shahid Afridi Foundation to work in education technology together to build and to make grassroots change in Pakistan. Besides that, we have the most top legal lawyer of Pakistan, Bhavani and Partners, and to held accountable for your funds that you give through zakat and through charity, we have a Sharia advisory board in which we have 2 scholars who actually give us a report and manage your funds as per Sharia requirements. So for foundation, we have made the most credible, the most transparent. Every penny, every dollar, every dime that you give us is held accountable for. So, thank you. So I spoke about the numbers. I spoke about what we are doing. I spoke about the credibility and transparency. I would like to now thank the Canadian team, especially our wonderful people. Faisal, thank you so much. Faisal, thank you so much. These are 2 faces who are leading the Canada chapter for the foundation. Thank you to our host and thank you Tariq sir for hosting us today. I will not take much time between you and Shahid, and let Shahid come and speak about his vision and how we want you to take the foundation forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Afzal, thank you so much for sharing everything that the foundation does and the vision, and also what is very important to probably many people here is your accountability and transparency aspect of the foundation and how it's run. So thank you for that. Now, as Mr. Afzal mentioned, I want to introduce and call up the Canadian face, the president of the Shahid Afridi Foundation in Canada, Mr. Faisal Yusuf, who is also from Canada, from Mississauga, and just coming off a very spectacular launch in Ottawa. And let's hear from him and see what he has in store for the Canadian vision.
Thank you Bilal भाई. मेरे ख्याल से ज़ीशान भाई सही कह रहे थे, एनर्जी कम है, लेकिन ज़ीशान भाई ने बड़ी ज़बरदस्त स्पीच की है, तो इनको एक जरा पहले बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज देते हैं. अस्सलाम वालेकुम टू एवरीवन और थैंक यू आपने अपना टाइम निकाला. मैं सिर्फ 2-3 मिनट लूंगा. What I want to share is कि शाहिद आफरीदी फाउंडेशन, अब आपने देखा है कि ये पाकिस्तान में कितना ज़बरदस्त हम काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारी फाउंडेशन को जिस तरह हमने यहाँ पे एस्टैब्लिश कर रहे हैं, दिस फाउंडेशन विल नॉट ओनली सपोर्ट पीपल इन पाकिस्तान, लेकिन वी वुड आल्सो टेक द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी एंड विल सपोर्ट पीपल जो यहाँ पे जरूरतमंद कनाडा में भी हैं, उनको भी हम सपोर्ट करेंगे. तो वो हम किस तरह सपोर्ट करेंगे? तो यहाँ पे जो हम फंड रेज करेंगे और जो ऑनगोइंग फंड रेज होगा, तो उसका छोटा सा परसेंटेज 10 to 20% वो हम यहाँ लोकली स्पेंड करेंगे. तो कनाडा में हम कहते हैं कनाडा में क्या जरूरत होगी, यूजुअली यही बात होती है, कनाडा तो डेवलप्ड वर्ल्ड है. Do you guys know in Canada more than 60,000 kids go to school hungry in Canada? तो इसलिए शाहिद आफरीदी फाउंडेशन वन ऑफ द फोकस वी विल हैव इज अ डिजिटल फूड बैंक. तो अगर आप बोलेंगे डिजिटल फूड बैंक क्या होता है, डिजिटल फूड बैंक ये होगा कि हम अपना एक रेगुलर सा फूड बैंक नहीं बना रहे जहाँ पे हम एक दुकान लेके सामान भर के लोगों को लाइन बना के खड़े हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं वो कंफर्टेबल नहीं होते फूड बैंक आने में, एंड देयर आर लॉट ऑफ कैनेडियंस हु आर स्ट्रगलिंग फाइनेंशियली. तो हम फूड बैंक, हमारा जो फोकस होगा ऑल ओवर कनाडा फूड बैंक्स को सपोर्ट करना, और उन फूड बैंक को इस तरह सपोर्ट करेंगे जहां पे भी इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ रिलीजन, रेस, बैकग्राउंड, जहां पे भी कैनेडियन जरूरतमंद हैं, वी विल प्रोवाइड देम विद फूड बैंक फैसिलिटी. इनफैक्ट इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट मंथ ब्रैम्पटन ऑन्टेरियो में वहां पे हम एक अनाउंसमेंट करने वाले हैं कि 45 बच्चे रोज सुबह, वो जो लो इनकम फैमिलीज और वेलफेयर फैमिलीज के बच्चे होते हैं, वो सुबह तैयार होकर जब स्कूल के लिए जाते हैं, उनके घर पेरेंट्स अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, उनको फ्रॉम बिहाफ ऑफ शाहिद आफरीदी फाउंडेशन उन 45 बच्चों को रोज सुबह फ्रेश ब्रेकफास्ट बन के मिलेगा ताकि वो स्कूल पेट भर के जा सकें। So this is a big deal. This will be the first time कि पाकिस्तानी इंस्टीट्यूट in Canada जो कैनेडियंस की सपोर्ट करे, तो I think it will make us all feel proud. ठीक है? दूसरा हमारा पिलर फोकस है जो कि अगर शाहिद आफरीदी जहाँ नाम जुड़ा हुआ है और वहाँ क्रिकेट ना हो तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा हो सकता। तो एक और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारी यहाँ पे होगी कि टू प्रमोट क्रिकेट फॉर यूथ एंगेजमेंट। मुझे अभी पता चला वैंकूवर इज अ वेरी बिग क्रिकेट फैसिलिटी, यहाँ पे बहुत लीग्स हैं, लेकिन ऑल ओवर कनाडा इंक्लूडिंग टोरंटो जहाँ पे भी क्रिकेट हो रही है वहाँ पे हम क्रिकेट को प्रमोट करेंगे थ्रू लीग्स, थ्रू क्रिकेट अकेडमीज। In fact, ये शाहिद आफरीदी फाउंडेशन अंडर शाहिद आफरीदी नेम अंडर बूम बूम यहाँ पे हम एक टीम भी लॉन्च इंशाल्लाह कर रहे हैं नेक्स्ट मंथ, और उसके लिए एक बड़ी टीम होगी, वो इंशाल्लाह जब लाला आएंगे तो वो खुद बताएंगे। With that मैं ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा, एक दफ़ा फिर से अब अगर जब लाला को हम इनवाइट करेंगे वो मैं बिलाल भाई को बोलूँगा, मुझे पता है कि इट्स मिडल ऑफ अ वीक बट लेकिन थोड़ी सी एनर्जी बढ़ा लें और उनको जो है ना एक लेट्स गिव देम अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। सो थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Brother Yusuf, thank you for that, and thank you for the reminder that we need some energy in the room. We need some energy to make sure to welcome our chief guest and to encourage him before he speaks. We'll be here overnight if I list this young man's accomplishments that are cricket related. He's an all-rounder, leading by example, motivating his teammates, mentoring the younger ones, doing what's best for his team. But he represents much more than the game of cricket. He's a son, a husband, and a proud father to 4 young daughters, mashallah. You're lucky, Shahid. I have 1 daughter and have experienced the tremendous blessings that follow. Mashallah, you have 4. We are accustomed to athletes using their celebrity to further enhance their net worth, ensuring they are still seen on television, trying to stay relevant. Not Shahid. Instead, he has dedicated his time and energy towards helping sick children and children who need the extra help and support to gain an education, as you've heard. In March 2014, Shahid Afridi established the Shahid Afridi Foundation, which aims to provide healthcare and education facilities in Pakistan and now globally. As I mentioned earlier, he was named among the world's most charitable athletes by Do Something in August 2015. UNICEF and other Pakistani authorities have taken Shahid Afridi on board for the anti-polio campaign in the tribal belt of Waziristan region. As mentioned tonight, Shahid Afridi Foundation is now an official registered organization here in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that is full of strife, in a world engulfed in chaos, in a world that fears us because of our beliefs, there is hope. There is hope that comes in the form of our chief guest, the reason we all gathered here this evening, a man on a mission, a noble mission, a mission worth supporting. Only God knows how we would rely on an organization like the Shahid Afridi Foundation if we were one of these parents who couldn't afford their child's education, medication, or surgery. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming to the stage the one they call Boom Boom for his cricket skills, and the one who will not only be the answer to prayers around the world, but also the recipient of those same prayers for the work he has set out to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Shahid Afridi.
आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट ज़िशान ने और फैसल ने सब कुछ फाउंडेशन के हवाले से बता दिया। मैं यहाँ पे ख़ास तौर पे शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा। कुछ दोस्त हमारे, कुछ भाई हमारे यहाँ पे इंडिया से भी नज़र आ रहे हैं मुझे, कुछ मुझे यहाँ श्रीलंका से भी नज़र आए। आप में से कोई बांग्लादेश वाला है? श्रीलंका वाला बोल, बांग्लादेश वाले कहाँ हैं? बालूबाशी। अच्छा, कश्मीर से भी हैं यहाँ पे। बस मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी खुशी की बात है यहाँ पे सरदार जी भी नजर आ रहे हैं। सरदार जी और पठान एक ही तरह होते हैं, जितने लतीफे बने हम ही पे बने हैं। तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोगों का जो हमारे मेहमान गेस्ट आए हैं इंडिया से खास तौर पे। ऑलमोस्ट जिस तरह मैंने कहा कि फाउंडेशन के हवाले से सारी चीजें कवर हो गई हैं, मैं भी अपनी बैटिंग की तरह ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा आप लोगों का। मैं दो चीजों पे अल्लाह ताला का जितना भी शुक्र अदा करूं कम है। पहली वजह जिस पे मैं अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करता हूं, मैं अल्लाह का शुक्र इस बात पे अदा करता हूं कि अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे पाकिस्तान जैसे खूबसूरत मुल्क में पैदा किया, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। वो मुल्क, वो पाकिस्तान जिसके अंदर अल्लाह ताला की हर नेमतें हैं, बल्कि मैं तो ये कहता हूँ कभी कभार कि सूरत रहमान जो है वो पाकिस्तान के लिए ही अल्लाह ने उतारी है, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। तो पाकिस्तान के अंदर हमारे, ठीक है, न्यूज़ चैनल पे आप लोग देखते होंगे काफ़ी नेगेटिव चीज़ें भी आती हैं, लेकिन अगर पॉजिटिव देखा जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बिजनेस कम्युनिटी है जो पाकिस्तान के लोगों के लिए बहुत कुछ कर रही है। ईदी साहब हो गए, आपके शौकत खानम हो गया, इंडस हॉस्पिटल हो गया, ये वो इदारे हैं जो पाकिस्तान के लिए दिन रात कुछ ना कुछ करने की कोशिश करते हैं। और मैं आप लोगों का दिल से शुक्रिया भी अदा करता हूँ, इज्जत भी करता हूँ आप लोगों की जो मुल्क से बाहर है, क्योंकि आप लोग जो पाकिस्तान से मोहब्बत करते हैं वो पाकिस्तान में रहने वाला आदमी नहीं करता। इसलिए कि आप पाकिस्तान से दूर हैं, आपके दिल में जो फिक्र पाकिस्तान के लिए है वो वहां के लोगों में मैंने नहीं देखी। आप लोग पाकिस्तान से बहुत मोहब्बत करते हैं और हमेशा मुश्किल वक्त में आप जैसे लोग जो पाकिस्तान से बाहर बैठे हैं वो हमेशा पाकिस्तान को बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट करते हैं। इसमें आप लोग अपने लिए तालियां बजा सकते हैं। बस आप लोग थोड़ी देर के लिए बैठ सकते हैं प्लीज, आप थोड़ी देर के लिए बैठिए, बस ज्यादा लंबी इनिंग नहीं खेलूंगा ताकि पीछे आपके बैठे हो डिस्टर्ब ना हो। दूसरा जो मैं अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करता हूँ वो इस बात पे करता हूँ कि आज अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे इस काबिल बनाया, इस काबिल समझा कि वो मेरे जरिए लोगों की हेल्प करवा रहे हैं। तो इस पे अल्लाह ताला का मैं जितना शुक्र अदा करूं कि अल्लाह ने मुझे इस काबिल बनाया कि मैं किसी के लिए कुछ कर सकूं, इसमें मेरा कमाल नहीं है, इसमें मैं शुक्र अदा करता हूं अल्लाह ताला का। फाउंडेशन जब मैंने काम शुरू किया बड़ा मुश्किल था, बड़ा चैलेंजिंग था। एक लोगों की अमानतें सही जगह पहुंचाना एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था मेरे लिए। अच्छा, फाउंडेशन मैंने बाद में बनाई है, पहले मैंने हॉस्पिटल बनाया। जब मेरे वालिद साहब का इंतकाल हुआ तो उसके बाद मैंने एक नियत की अल्लाह से कि मैंने कुछ करना है लोगों के लिए, वहाँ के लोगों के लिए। अच्छा, वहाँ पे किस तरह के लोग रहते हैं मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं वहाँ से बिलोंग करता हूँ इसलिए बताता हूँ। मैंने वहाँ पे एक छोटा सा हॉस्पिटल बनाया, छोटा सा। मैंने सिर्फ नियत की थी कि 2 कमरे बनाऊंगा, सिर्फ 2 कमरे। अब जब आप किसी चीज की अच्छी नियत करते हैं तो उसमें अल्लाह बड़ा साथ देता है आपका। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मुझे बड़े अच्छे दोस्त, आप जैसे दोस्त मिले जिन्होंने उसको एक छोटा सा हॉस्पिटल बनवा दिया। वहां पे तकरीबन कोई 50 से 60 हजार लोग रहते हैं वहां पे, और सारे ज़कात मुस्तहिक लोग हैं, सारे ज़कात मुस्तहिक। एक दिन क्या हुआ कि मैं हॉस्पिटल से, जब हॉस्पिटल बन गया था, शुरू हो गया था, तो मैं विजिट करके एक चारपाई लगी थी दरख्त के नीचे आके, दोपहर के टाइम 2:30-3 बजे आके लेट गया वैसी। तो लेटा तो मैंने सामने देखा पहाड़ के ऊपर से एक खातून, और बस दूर से नजर आ रहे थे कोई 1-2 बच्चे साथ में आ रहे हैं। बस ये देख के मैं लेट गया दोबारा, मैं उनको मेरी आंखों के सामने मैं उनको देखते हुए नजर आ रहे थे। गाँव में तो आपको पता है कि बिल्कुल ऐसे कुछ रश नहीं होता। तो मैं लेटे हुए चारपाई में देख रहा हूँ कि वो खातून और 2 बच्चे आए जा रहे हैं, आए जा रहे हैं, आए जा रहे हैं, आए जा रहे हैं। तो जो बिल्कुल मुझे जब मेरे पास से गुजरने लगे तो मैंने खुद उठ के उनके पास गया। मैंने कहा आप लोग किधर जा रहे हैं, कहाँ से आए? कह रहा हमें पता चला कि यहाँ शाहिद अफरीदी ने कोई हॉस्पिटल बनाया हुआ है। वो मुझे नहीं जानते थे, बुर्का शुल्का पहना कवर के मुझे नहीं जानते थे कि शाहिद अफरीदी ने कोई हॉस्पिटल बनाया हुआ है कि मेरे बच्ची बीमार है, मैं वहाँ हॉस्पिटल के लिए लेके जा रहा हूँ, किस तरफ है? तो मैंने उनको देखा। आप यकीन कर सकते हैं कि वो जो छोटे बच्चे आ रहे थे ना, उसने पाँव पे चप्पलें नहीं पहनी हुई थी, और पहाड़ के ऊपर से बगैर चप्पलों के वो बच्चे आ रहे थे। उस बच्चे की उंगलियों के बीच में से खून निकल रहा था, उंगलियों के बीच में से उस छोटी बच्ची का खून निकल रहा था। मैं देखे जा रहा हूं तो मुझे मेरी बेटी याद आ गई, मैं भी बच्चों वाला हूँ। तो मैंने कहा यार ये जिंदगी है, ये इतनी दूर से चलते हुए आई है, सोचने वाली बात है। जरा अपने बच्चों को सामने रख के जरा सोचें इस चीज को कि बच्चे के पाँव के बीच में से खून निकले जा रहा है और नंगे पाँव चली जा रही है। वहां इस तरीके के लोग रहते हैं। उस बच्ची को मैंने गोद उठाया, फिर मेरी सिस्टर का घर था, वहां से आके बच्चों की चप्पलें खैर उसको पहना के, कहने का मतलब ये कि वहां पे इस किस्म के लोग रहते हैं। मैं सिल जाता हूँ रिमोट एरियाज के अंदर, जहां हम लोग इंशाल्लाह एक और प्रोजेक्ट करने वाले, एक हॉस्पिटल बना रहे हैं। बेसिकली हमारे जो फाउंडेशन, हम लोग ज्यादातर रिमोट एरियाज में काम करते हैं, बहुत रिमोट एरियाज में। शहर के अंदर फैसिलिटीज मिल जाती हैं, लेकिन रिमोट एरियाज के अंदर वो फैसिलिटीज, स्पेशली मदर एंड चाइल्ड, मैं ज्यादातर मदर एंड चाइल्ड, इसलिए कि वहां पे ज्यादातर डिलीवरीज जो है वो घरों पे होती है। कभी माँ को प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, कभी बच्चों को प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है। आपको पता है सिंध के अंदर जहां हम हॉस्पिटल बना रहे हैं, वहां पे डिलीवरीज रोड के ऊपर होती हैं। रोड के ऊपर डिलीवरीज मैंने खुद अपनी आंखों से देखी हैं। एक माई बता सकती है ये चीज आपको। तो क्या उस बच्चे का हक नहीं है कि दुनिया में सही तरीके से आए, या पैदाइश के बाद उसकी मां जिंदा रहे? क्या ये हक नहीं है? क्या हमारी माएँ नहीं है क्या? ये वो चीजें हैं, ये वो चीजें हैं। मुझे नहीं पता कि मेरी नमाज कबूल होती है कि नहीं होती, मुझे नहीं पता इस बात का, बिल्कुल भी नहीं पता। आजकल की हमारी क्या नमाजें होती हैं, क्रिकेट भी चल रही होगी तो फिल्में भी चल रही होगी, कारोबार भी चलता है, हमारी तो इस तरह की नमाज है। लेकिन ये काम वो काम है जो अल्लाह डायरेक्ट कबूल करता है। और किस तरह पता चलता है? आपकी ये जगह सेटिस्फाई हो जाती है। जब ये जगह किसी काम से मुतमईन हो जाए तो समझो कि अल्लाह ने उस काम को कबूल कर लिया। जहां हमारी फाउंडेशन काम अमथर के अंदर काम करते हैं, 54% कम्युनिटी हिंदू कम्युनिटी है। 54% हिंदू कम्युनिटी। हॉस्पिटल तो मसला है, वो 12-13 किलोमीटर पैदल चल के रेगिस्तान में पैदल जाके अपने लिए वहां से पानी लाते हैं। और पानी भी कौन सा पीते हैं? आप लोगों ने भी वीडियो में देख लिया था किस तरह का पानी था। वहां से जानवर भी पानी पीते हैं और वो बच्चे भी पानी पीते हैं। पानी पी के हमारे देखो टेबलों के ऊपर मिनरल वाटर रखी है ना। हिंदू कम्युनिटी है ना, मेरी अपनी कम्युनिटी है। मैं इंसानियत देखता हूं सबसे पहले कि इंसानियत होनी चाहिए। इंसानियत हुई तो आप अच्छे मुसलमान भी हो। तो वहां पे वो हिंदू कम्युनिटी हमारी 12-13 किलोमीटर जाके गंदा पानी लेके आते हैं। हम लोग मिनरल वाटर पीते हैं, वो पानी पी के बीमार होते हैं। हम सेहत के लिए साफ वाला पानी पीते हैं। आप उस पानी से पाँव भी ना धोना पसंद करें। ये वो हालात बता रहा हूं मैं आपको पाकिस्तान के, जिन्हें मैंने अपनी आंखों से बहुत करीब देखा है। और इस काम का जो जज्बा है वो इस वजह से मेरे दिल में है कि मैं तो अपने लिए शाहिद अफरीदी बन गया। बड़े लिए मैं अपने आराम से सुकून से जिंदगी गुजारूं। आज भी मेरे होटल में मेरे दोस्तों से बात हो रही है। मैंने कहा मैंने इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट इसलिए छोड़ी है ताकि मैं रिलैक्स होकर टाइम गुजारूं। बच्चे बड़े हो रहे हैं, वक्त का पता नहीं चल रहा। लेकिन ये जो जज्बा है, ये जो लोगों का जज्बा है, ये जो आप लोग यहाँ बैठे हुए ना, आप लोग जितने भी लोग आए हैं, खुदा की कसम आप लोगों की वजह से मैं मोटिवेट होता हूँ कि यार नहीं, मेरे साथ इतने सारे लोग हैं जो मेरी हेल्प करेंगे ताकि मैं उनकी हेल्प कर सकूं। अगर आप लोग ना सपोर्ट करें, ना आए प्रोग्रामों के अंदर, मैं तो वैसे ही टूट जाऊंगा, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा अकेले, मेरे लिए मुश्किल है। हम सब मिलके एक चीज के लिए एफर्ट करेंगे, किसी भी चीज के लिए, मेरे लिए इजी हो जाएगा। मैंने ये काम करना है। मुझे आप लोगों ने क्रिकेट खेलते वक्त इतना सपोर्ट किया कि आप लोग हमेशा मेरी स्ट्रेंथ रहे। कभी मैं क्रिकेट बोर्ड से लड़ाई करता था, कभी मैं किसी एक पार्टी से, कभी दूसरी पार्टी से। उसकी वजह ये थी कि मैं कभी यस सर वाला आदमी नहीं रहा। मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है यस सर वाला, जो है वो है। लेकिन आप लोगों की अगर सपोर्ट ना होती तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाता, ना मैं ये 20 साल क्रिकेट खेल पाता, जिसमें मैंने आप लोगों को कम हंसाया और ज्यादा रुलाया मैंने, बल्कि आप लोगों को। मेरी बस मेरे ख्याल में इतनी ज्यादा लंबी बैटिंग मैं करता नहीं, यहाँ पे कर दी है मैंने। लेकिन आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है, बल्कि दिल की गहराइयों से आप सब लोगों का मैं इतना शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। मेरा काफी अच्छे से बेंगलुरु का प्रोग्राम बन रहा था कि मैं आऊँ, आप लोगों से मिलूं, बहुत इन्विटेशन है मुझे आ रही थी, लेकिन हकीकत में आज आप लोगों ने मेरा दिल जीत लिया। मेरे आने का मकसद, मेरी पूरी थकावट जो है ना वो फ्लाइट थी वो बिल्कुल खत्म कर दी आप लोगों ने। अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा आप सब लोगों से मिलके। प्लीज 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 एक और छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट लाजमी आप लोगों से करूंगा कि आप शाहिद अफरीदी की वजह से पैसे ना दें। आप लोग हमारी वेबसाइट पे देखें कि हमारी फाउंडेशन क्या काम करती है, वो मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा। जब आप खुद अपने हाथ से पैसे देंगे तो आप सेटिस्फाई होंगे कि एटलीस्ट मैं सही जगह पैसे दे रहा हूँ। और जब आप पाकिस्तान आए, हमारी टीम कनाडा की टीम है, उनसे कांटेक्ट करें, पाकिस्तान आके हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स देखें। बल्कि वहाँ जब अमेरिकन या कनाडा से या इंग्लैंड से जो मेरे दोस्त आते हैं मैं उनको 2-3 दिन के लिए वहाँ भिजवाता हूँ। आप यकीन करेंगे जब भी कोई मेरा दोस्त वापस आता है कहते हैं यार तुमने ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट किए, 2-3 दिन रहा हूँ मेरे तो आंसू ही नहीं रुके। वहाँ पे इस किस्म के लोग आते हैं। तो प्लीज सपोर्ट दिस नोबल कॉज। और वंस अगेन थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन, थैंक यू सो मच। एक और छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट है, यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने बड़ी कम वहाँ पे शर्ट्स वगैरह खत्म हो गई, बिक गई हैं अभी तो शर्ट्स है। मेरा अपना ब्रांड है, होप नॉट आउट का ब्रांड निकाला है हम लोगों ने, मैं खुद भी यूज करता हूँ। यानी हमारा समर कलेक्शन भी आ रहा है, तो अगर आप लोग ये खरीदना चाहें तो बिल्कुल ले सकते हैं। ये फाउंडेशन की ये भी सपोर्ट है, ये सारे जितने भी पैसे आते हैं सारे फाउंडेशन को ही जाते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. Shahid bhai, you have aligned yourself very beautifully with our province. हमारा province का नाम है British Columbia. हम कहते हैं beautiful British Columbia. Your words were very beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here once again. Please, he spoke from the heart. He spoke from the heart. He spoke about what he wants to achieve. He spoke about insaniyat, about not knowing who you are, what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter. We have our brothers from India here, our Punjabi brothers, our Hindu brothers. It doesn't matter. We are all one. Humanity is one. Insaniyat is one. We look after one another, and the rest, let the Lord take care of. So thank you for those beautiful words. We're going to have a kind of an interactive session between Shahid bhai and Yusuf bhai. Prepare questions, and maybe if they're willing, they may take a few questions from the floor, depending on how it goes. But I'll leave it to you guys.
ठीक है, thank you. अब हम अगले 10 से 15 मिनट बाद शाहिद भाई ने इतनी ज़बरदस्त स्पीच की है। हमने कहा कि जो प्रोग्राम का सेगमेंट है, मैंने कहा शाहिद भाई को जाने के लिए कुछ क्वेश्चन आंसर कर लेते हैं ताकि क्रिकेट के अलावा भी उनके बारे में पता चल सके। तो I have the prepared questions, मैं उनसे पूछूंगा, लेकिन मैं वो शुरू करने से पहले थोड़ा सा अनस्क्रिप्टेड जाऊंगा। मैंने लाला की काफी स्पीचेस देखी हैं ऑनलाइन भी, और मैं इनके साथ अभी काफी इवेंट्स भी देखे। आप यकीन माने ये इनकी अब तक की सबसे जबरदस्त और दिल से स्पीच है, कि मतलब है कि इन्होंने वाकई दिल से बोला। तो एक और राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। अच्छा लाला, आपसे क्रिकेट के अलावा कुछ सवाल पूछे आपके। आप मेरी ही उम्र के हैं लेकिन मुझसे बहुत यंग लगते हैं। आपका सबसे फेवरेट फूड क्या है? क्या खाना, सबसे बेहतरीन खाना क्या है?
अच्छा, खाने के मामले में कुछ भी मिल जाए, वैसा होनी
कोई भी एक चीज अगर आपको हो ना कि बस सिर्फ मैं एक चीज, तो क्या खाना?
जबरदस्ती है क्या? कुछ भी मिल जाए मैं शौक से खाता हूँ। मैं क्रिकेट स्पोर्ट्स में जितने भी होते हैं बड़े शौक से खाने खाते हैं, तो मैं शौक से हर चीज जो भी मिल जाए अलहमदुलिल्लाह अच्छी बनी हुई हो।
सही, ठीक है। तो ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है कि आपके खाने में नखरे नहीं है।
नमक मंडी, लेकिन रोज रोज नहीं ना, बहुत कुछ अच्छा भी नहीं होता।
अच्छा देखें, आप हमारे तो दिल भाई, मैं खुद और हम सब आपके क्रिकेट फैन हैं। आप किसके फैन हैं? आपका फेवरेट क्रिकेटर कौन है और क्यों?
यार जब मैंने क्रिकेट शुरू की थी उस वक्त इमरान भाई का बहुत बड़ा नाम था। इमरान भाई को देख के अच्छा एक बात बताओ, मैंने क्रिकेट की बात की है, ठीक है? क्रिकेट में उनका माशाल्लाह से बड़ा नाम था, और मैं इमरान भाई को जब देखता था तो मैं हमेशा जब भी क्रिकेट के ख्वाब देखता था, जब छोटे थे 12-13 साल के, तो मैं ख्वाब में सिर्फ जो है वो इमरान भाई को लाता था कि यार इस बंदे का अगर इतना नाम है, इतनी इज्जत अल्लाह ताला ने दी है, तो क्यों नहीं मैं भी कोशिश करता हूँ। तो आइडिया वही था, उसी बंदे को देख के शौक हुआ
जबरदस्त
क्रिकेट का।
अच्छा, उसी आइडियल पे बात होगी। आपका इमरान खान जो फेवरेट क्रिकेटर, आपका फेवरेट हीरो कौन है आउटसाइड ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स? के होता है ना, हर इंसान का एक हीरो होता है। आपके लिए कौन होगा हीरो?
मैं ये मुझे ईदी साहब ने बड़ा इंस्पायर किया है। ईदी साहब, आप यकीन करें कि उन्होंने जिस तरह अल्लाह ताला उनकी मग़फ़िरत करे, अल्लाह ताला उनके दर्जात बुलंद करे, मेरे ख्याल में उन्होंने जो एक एम्बुलेंस से काम शुरू किया पूरे कराची में, और लोगों के लिए उन्होंने रोडों पे निकल के ऐसा लगा जैसे भीख मांग रहे हैं, लोगों के लिए भीखें मांगी उन्होंने बड़ा इंस्पायर किया मुझे।
सही बात है, उनका काम तो मतलब है कि मेरे ख्याल से वो हम सबके हीरो हैं। अच्छा, एक और सवाल, अगर आप क्रिकेट नहीं खेलते, अगर फर्स्ट करें जैसे बहुत लोग हम क्रिकेट खेलते हैं लेकिन क्रिकेट में चांस नहीं मिलता, तो आपको क्या लगता है आप लाइफ में क्या करते हैं? क्या दिया? आर्मी। अच्छा, सही जवाब।
पाकिस्तान आर्मी का बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब अगर क्रिकेट ना खेलता तो किसी ना किसी शक्ल में जो है ना वो पाकिस्तान की खिदमत कह सकते हैं, तो आर्मी का बहुत हम मुझे
सही पेट्रियोटिक। सही। अच्छा, वैसे तो आप बहुत बहादुर हैं, क्योंकि वो तो हमें पता है कि चाहे मैच का स्कोर कुछ भी हो, आस्किंग रन रेट कुछ भी हो, आपने अपना छक्का जरूर मारना है, चाहे आउट होना है या नहीं होना है। तो आप डरते तो नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी हर इंसान का एक फियर होता है। आपका सबसे बड़ा फियर क्या है?
क्रिकेट की बात कर रहे हैं
जनरली इन लाइफ के होता है ना कि यार इंसान का होता है ना ग्रेटेस्ट फियर, तो आपका ग्रेटेस्ट फियर क्या होता है?
यार मैं इसको इस तरह देखता हूँ कि अगर हम इंसान हैं, कोई फरिश्ते तो है नहीं, इंसान बड़ी गलतियां करता है, होती हैं गलतियां हमसे लाइफ में, लेकिन अगर आप हजूर की जिंदगी के मुताबिक अगर सुन्नतों की चलने की कोशिश करें और आप मुतमईन और अल्लाह की नाफरमानी ना करें, तो आपको मौत से डर नहीं लगता। लेकिन जब आप नाफरमानियां करते हो, मानते नहीं उन चीजों के, गंदी लाइफ गुजारते हो, तो वहां पर आपको मौत का डर लगता है। तो मेरे ख्याल में आई थिंक मौत ही एक ऐसी चीज है, अगर वो आपके हाथ में कि उसको किस तरह बनाना है, तो आई थिंक ये एक फेयर कह सकता हूँ।
ये तो बात सही है, ये तो मेरे ख्याल से हम सबका फेयर है, चाहे बंदा कितना भी है। वो कहते हैं, मैंने एक जगह सुना था कि even if you know you're gonna go to heaven but you don't want to die to go to heaven, you know, nobody wants to die, तो वो वाली बात है। अच्छा, तो आपसे एक और सवाल ये पूछना था, other than cricket कोई और स्पोर्ट आपका सबसे फेवरेट स्पोर्ट, अगर क्रिकेट के अलावा कौन सा स्पोर्ट आपको कहते हैं एंगेज करता है?
मुझे जितने भी स्पोर्ट्स हैं क्रिकेट के अलावा सारी पसंद है, दिल चाहता है कि सारों को खेलूं, टाइम दूं। इवन के इंडोर गेम्स भी हो गई, आपकी गोल्फ हो गया, पहले एक्सपीरियंस था गोल्फ का, बहुत मजा आया। तो जितने भी स्पोर्ट्स हैं मैं सारी एंजॉय करता हूँ,
एथलीट है
अगर टाइम मिले,
अगर टाइम मिले। और अभी इनको कोई टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है, क्योंकि मैं लाला के साथ थोड़ा टाइम गुजारा है, वाकई इनका बड़ा हेक्टिक स्केड्यूल है, तो आई मीन दैट्स ग्रेट। हॉस्पिटल के बारे में बात करते हैं, ये आपने हॉस्पिटल कब डिसाइड किया कि मतलब हॉस्पिटल बनाना एक बहुत बड़ा काम है, तो आप ये कब डिसाइड हुआ कि यार मैं एक हॉस्पिटल बनाऊं?
ये ऑलरेडी भी मैंने स्पीच में बात की है, जब वालिद साहब का इंतकाल हुआ था मैंने कहा कि इसलिए जो वालिद साहब हमारे जो है ना वो खामोशी से वहाँ के लोगों की बड़ी हेल्प करते थे, हमें नहीं पता चलते देते थे। जब उनका इंतकाल हुआ तो फिर बड़े भाई ने बताया कि वालिद साहब ये काम करते थे, तो उसके बाद मैंने भी सोचा कि क्यों ना उस चीज़ को थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ाया जाए और वहाँ के लोगों के लिए, इसलिए कि हेल्थ की वहाँ पे इश्यूज बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो मैंने कहा चलो हेल्थ से शुरू करते हैं।
ये तो बहुत वाकई नोबल पर्पस है, और आपने हॉस्पिटल का नाम भी अपने वालिद साहब के नाम पे रखा है। ये आपने वैसे क्वेश्चन तो मैंने आपके लिए तैयार किया था कि कौन सा वो कोई पेशेंट जो आपको यादगार रहता है, लेकिन आपने वो जो बच्ची की बात बोली, उसके अलावा अगर कोई पेशेंट है हॉस्पिटल में जिसको आपने देखा हो कि आपके दिमाग में वो बात रह गई हो कि नहीं ये देखो कि एक होता है ना कि मेमोरेबल पेशेंट की एक्सट्रीम नीड में था, कोई ऐसा पेशेंट दिमाग में आता है?
हमारे बेसिकली वहाँ पे उस हॉस्पिटल के अंदर जितनी भी होती है वो बेसिक हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज देते हैं। अगर कोई पेशेंट आता है जो सीरियस हो तो हम उनको सर्विस देते हैं गांव से शहर, ताकि वहां जाके वो अपना इलाज करा सके, और हमारे एक पैकेज है हॉस्पिटल का, उसके अंदर हम उसकी ट्रीटमेंट कराने की कोशिश करते हैं। हाँ, हॉस्पिटल के अंदर जो सबसे पहले डिलीवरी हुई थी वो मेरी कजन की थी।
माशाल्लाह, तो घर से स्टार्ट किया?
मैंने कहा पहले फुड टेस्ट कर
नहीं, तो भाई ये तो वाकई बड़ी बात है कि क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में अक्सर ये होता है कि हम कोई चीज बनाते हैं वो कहते हैं यार ये गरीब लोगों के लिए बना लो, हमारे लिए सही नहीं है, तो ये माशाल्लाह बहुत बड़ी बात। मैं बस एक और क्वेश्चन आपसे ये पूछूंगा कि आपके लिए क्रिकेट में सबसे आपने इतने सक्सेस किया है, सबसे यादगार मोमेंट अगर क्रिकेट का हो कि जो आप कभी जो बंदा खेला बैठा होता है कहते याद करके खुश होता है, वो क्या?
पाकिस्तान के लिए खेलना है मेरे लिए, इसलिए कि उस वक्त सिर्फ दिन रात ख्वाब ही क्रिकेट के देखते थे। पाकिस्तान से खेलना एक बहुत बड़ी बात थी। फिर 2009 का जो T20 का जो वर्ल्ड कप था, वो यादगार परफॉर्मेंसेस और बड़ी विक्ट्री थी, उस वक्त पाकिस्तान को जरूरत भी थी।
और उसमें माशाल्लाह आपकी बैटिंग, आप उस पे पिच पे काफी देर खड़े हुए थे उसमें,
इसलिए तो याद है।
अच्छा, मेरे तो क्वेश्चन जो मैं लेकर आया था वो तो मैंने पूछ लिए। अब लाला से पूछते हैं, क्या कहते हैं, अगर वी हैव फ्यू मिनट्स, डू यू वांट टू टेक
कोई माइक पे देना चाहे तो किसी बड़ों को बुजुर्गों को आप दे सकते हैं। ये सरदार जी आपने कैमरा पकड़ा, माइक भी पकड़ लें।
वन क्वेश्चन में
एक सेकंड। अच्छा, सिर्फ हम थोड़े 2 मिनट
I just want to say welcome to Vancouver, and you do an awesome job with the cause you started. ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ। ਤੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਨੂੰ ਗਰੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੀ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਮਿਲੇ।
थैंक यू सो मच।
प्लीज आप लोग अपनी सीट पे बैठें। एक्सक्यूज मी।
सिंगापुर 6 छक्के, कुछ बताएं, हाउ डिड यू फील? दैट वाज 90s, राइट? जब आप ऑलमोस्ट 16 साल के, 18 साल के थे और आपने एक ओवर में 6 छक्के लगाए, कैसा फील किया?
बहुत, मुझे तो लग रहा है ख्वाब देखा है मैंने। 6 छक्के में 4 मारे हैं।
4 थे?
आपने ख्वाब में पूरी 6 करा दी है। 6 नहीं मारे थे, 4 मारे थे। और सिंगापुर नहीं था, वो अगेंस्ट इंडिया लाहौर में था।
ओ इंडिया।
जी जी जी, कोई बात नहीं।
प्रिंस साहब, तारिक यानी जिसको ने धरती पाकिस्तान टीवी से आपको वेलकम वैंकूवर में। इमरान खान साहब ने भी यही काम किया, हॉस्पिटल बनाया, यूनिवर्सिटी बनाई। तो आप नहीं समझते कि अगर वो यही कुछ करते रहते तो आज जो खैबर पख्तूनख्वा में इतनी बड़ी सोशल चेंज वो लेके आए हैं, उसके लिए आपको भी पॉलिटिक्स में आना चाहिए?
सर, पॉलिटिक्स, यार मैं एक बात ये लाजमी कहता हूँ कि सियासतदान का काम क्या है? अवाम की खिदमत करना है। तो मेरे ख्याल में अल्लाह ताला मुझसे इस तरीके से काम ले रहा है। बाकी इमरान भाई, अल्लाह ने पता नहीं उनसे कौन सा काम लेना है, लेकिन वो लगे हैं, उनकी अपनी एक सोच है और उस तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अभी फिलहाल मेरा अपना सियासत वगैरह इस तरफ कोई प्लान नहीं है मेरे ख्याल में, और ना मुझे काफ़ी मेरे बड़े बुजुर्ग जो है वो ना मुझे देखना चाहते हैं इस तरफ।
इंतखाब अहमद from Dilapur, Pakistan, Vancouver की जान Dilapur, Pakistan, welcomes you in Vancouver. Want to know about your future goals after this your hospital? What else you are focusing on?
I think it's mostly media people are sitting here. Let the other people to ask a question. Media is always asking questions. But inshallah, we have some more plans as well as a foundation. I'm playing league cricket as well.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. I'm from the Indian part of Kashmir. Just wanted to say salam from all the people of Kashmir. You've got a very special place in our heart for you guys. Been praying a lot for you when you guys were playing there on the field, and of course for India. Indians don't kill me for this. But thank you so much for the work you're doing, and welcome to Canada.
Thank you so much. Thank you. आप ये मीडिया के साथ दोस्त लगते नहीं जा रहे मीडिया की तरफ।
शाहिद भाई, मैं भी आपकी शायद कराची से ही हूँ। जिस तरह आप सिंध में जा रहे हैं और वहाँ पे पानी का जो प्रॉब्लम है, इसी तरह कराची में भी जो है 3 करोड़ की आबादी है और वहाँ पर आधी से ज़्यादा आबादी को जो है पीने का पानी नहीं है। मैंने आपको कराची के लिए इतना काम करते हुए नहीं देखा, ये क्या वजह है?
मेरी जान, मैंने आपको पहले कहा था कि हमारी फाउंडेशन ज्यादातर रिमोट एरियाज में काम करती है। जहां तक कराची का ताल्लुक है, सवाल पूछ दिया, जरा जवाब भी सुनो। तो जहां तक कराची का ताल्लुक है, कराची यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर मास कम्युनिकेशन का पूरा डिपार्टमेंट शाहिद अफरीदी फाउंडेशन ने बनाया है। उसके अलावा दारुल सुकून एक इदारा है वहाँ पे जो स्पेशल बच्चों का है। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारी फाउंडेशन पूरा उनको सपोर्ट करती है। जो फराती स्कूल आपको दिखाया है, उसका जो पूरा प्लेइंग एरिया वो फाउंडेशन नहीं बनाया, कर रहे हैं, काम कर रहे हैं। पानी के हवाले से अगर कराची जैसे बड़े शहर में इतना बड़ा मसला है, तो आप सिंध का अंदाजा लगा लें वहाँ क्या हाल होगा।
I think we're gonna call it quits now. Thank you, Brother Faisal, Shahid Bhai, thank you for taking questions from the crowd. Please give him a wonderful thank you on behalf of all of us. Just before we go a little further, and we're gonna go into, hopefully we formed your, the leather on your wallets, so it's easier to open and donate when the time comes. I just want to give a quick recognition to some people who are here, who have dedicated their time and effort to support this. Ex-Cricket Canada President, Mr. Vimal Harda, Rashpal Bajwa, Cricket Canada Vice President, Amjad Bajwa, Cricket BC President, Pop Canada Cricket Club President, Mr. Mo Khan, Khurram Faraj from Pop Can Vice President, and also an ex-test cricketer from Pakistan who unfortunately is not here but wanted to be here, Imran Farah. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you from all the different massages and the associations and the community groups that have been here to support this. I'm going to ask Mr. Umar Taliani, who's the Islamic Relief Canada lead for Western Canada, to come on stage and to address the crowd. Thank you. And please listen carefully and attentively, and cut down on the chitter chatter, even though Shahid Bhai is done.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We can,
Brothers, we need to give them some space, please. There's still speakers. Everyone needs to sit down. If there's opportunity, we will let you know. But please, everyone sit down for now and give them some space, because there is some discussion and talk happening right now up here on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Bilal. I won't take very much of your time before we get to our final segment of the evening. On behalf of Islamic Relief Canada and the Islamic Relief Organization, I want to thank you, Vancouver. Thank you, and I hope you're doing all well tonight, inshallah. It is our great honor and pleasure to be given this privilege to be hosted here by the great Vancouver community. On behalf of Islamic Relief, I want to thank the organizers of today's event who have come together to host Shahid Afridi with their generosity and their hospitality, and also put this event together in recognition of those who are less fortunate and desperately rely on our support for their help and assistance. There have been a lot of great individuals who have come together to enjoy the common good, to put this together. Sister Fatima, and to mention a few, Brother Dr. Tayyab, Bilal Shima, Malik Irfan, amongst a very few. There's a lot of you who have come together for this occasion. You should all be sort of proud of yourselves. I do understand that organizing an event like this is super hard work. It takes a lot of time to plan and execute and pull off. And remember that even the smallest deeds that you have done sometimes go unnoticed by individuals and human beings, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does record everything you are doing. So personally and professionally, we owe a huge thanks to the volunteers and the organizers. So please, we encourage you to continue to be glued to work like this. It is desperately needed. I also want to thank the Shahid Afridi Foundation for the phenomenal work they are doing, as shown earlier tonight. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put blessings and success in all your projects. Coming up shortly, you will hear a little bit more about the hospital in Kohat that serves a community that relies heavily on all of us. I've come to know the Vancouver community as a generous one, not just from the pocket, but deep from the heart, becoming an active voice for justice and humanity. Whenever I connect with Sister Fatima or other members of the Vancouver community and ask them what's happening around here, there's never a response that's void of some activity that has some sort of impact on human life everywhere. Vancouver, and I say this honestly, should be proud of the gems that you have in your community. It's a community like this that allows us as Islamic Relief to have become the world's largest Muslim NGO. We serve over 30 countries, over 130 field offices, and we do serve hard-to-reach places that are plagued by devastation, like Ghouta, in Myanmar, in Yemen. And it's through our collective efforts as IRC, as Canadians, as Muslims, that support those abroad domestically and give them the desperate, tangible gifts that they need. Not only do you give them the tangible gifts that they need, but you also lift their morale and their spirit when they know that their call is being heard around the world, and we are ready to answer it. Inshallah, tonight you can be the life support of those children and people who get the second chance at life one day to be able to sit where we are here today and provide help to those who seek a better future. So I want to thank you for your time, for your patience, and I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has joined us here together through His wisdom and guidance. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. If you have any questions about Islamic Relief or any of our programs, please come see myself, Sister Fatima, Brother Mahmoud, who you will see on stage in a second here, Brother Omer. We welcome your questions, we welcome your conversations, and we hope to meet you. Barakallahu feekum, Allah hafiz, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Now, thank you, Brother Omer. Have your wallets and checkbooks ready. It's that time. You thought it was dinner, so we're waiting a little longer. Before dinner, it's going to be Maghrib as well. So just a little longer until we hit dinner time. It's time to help Shahid and his foundation in the good work that they're doing. I'll ask the fundraising lead for Islamic Relief, Brother Mahmoud Qasim, to please come to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. If I could ask all of you kindly to give me between 15 to 20 minutes of your time and attention. If I could ask all of you to please sit down and close the doors so we can all give attention to the reason why we're actually here today. All of us came not only to see our good brother Shahid Afridi and to hear him speak, but you all know that we are here for a noble cause. We are here to support people who need this support. We're not only here to take pictures, we're not only here to put it on our Facebooks to say, I had an opportunity to see Shahid, I had an opportunity to have dinner in the surrounding, but no, more so, we are here to support the cause. You want to see and be part of the legacy that Shahid Afridi is leaving behind, then put your hand with his hand and take part in it together. Personally, myself, I had the opportunity to go and see this hospital. Islamic Relief Canada, with every project that it supports, makes sure that they do monitoring and evaluation of everything that they are part of. Alhamdulillah, this year, in around February, I went myself with our team to go see this hospital. And rest assured, Islamic Relief being a household name in this country and around the world for the last 35 years, and over 10 years here with the support of the Canadian government, with the support of our Prime Minister, with the support of many of our MPs, with support of the Humanitarian Coalition, which comprises of the top charities of this country, from Plan, Oxfam, Save the Children. All of these that we partner with, we also partnered with and we've signed an MOU with the Shahid Afridi Foundation for this reason. They are upholding quality services in the countries that they're working. He had the option, like we heard, to go and follow the career path of those that have retired, to go and do a lot of just sit, relax, make more money, but he decided that he wants to help the people. I know there's a lot of people talking right now, so if you can kindly just give me your attention, just for the next 10-15 minutes, and then you guys will be on your way, inshallah. 10-15 minutes, just give me your attention, and we'll move on. I want to share a personal story that I experienced. I went there, and as Shahid mentioned, he saw a girl walking, and from her toes there was blood coming, and so on and so forth. I heard this story last year, and I thought, you know what? I'm from that region myself. I know the type of things people have to walk through. I'm from that region, I'm from KPK myself as well. I grew up here, I'm born here, but the fact that I know what they go through, this time in February I went and I saw it with my own eyes. We took our team with us, our media team, who had a drone. You know, we couldn't walk these distances of 7, 10, 15 kilometers. We went to the hospital. It's in the middle of nowhere, but people walked to it. We arrived on a Friday night. To see the services that the people will receive on Saturday, on a weekend. But lo and behold, overnight people were coming. People were coming at night, receiving services, and the doctors were there. Women and children were walking there in the middle of the night in the dark to get to this facility. And next morning, we saw from the distance, through the camera that the guy was flying, to say, I can see some people walking in the field. And he followed them for 15, 20 minutes. He followed them. And where were they going? The mother who was carrying this child. And how many mothers in the crowd? I know there's a bunch of moms in the crowd, and they can relate to this story. She's carrying her child, bringing her to a facility where she knows that regardless of her financial situation, she is going to get the help she needs for her child. You know, my child, if they're sick and they're at home, within 10 minutes, you know, I know that I can take them to the closest hospital and they're able to receive health care for free. They're able to receive this service, and I know, even with the smallest of cold, I start to worry. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. But these are situations that some of the people go through, severe situations that some go through. They are unable to receive it, but Shahid Afridi Foundation Hospital is there. So tonight we have a target. Tonight we have a goal. Everything that you give is zakat eligible, because the people who are receiving it are in desperate need, and everybody who's receiving it is in major... Sorry, one second.
I hate to do this, but duty calls. We're going to break for 10 minutes, inshallah, to greet Maghrib Salah. It's on my right in the corner, so please let's read Salah. I do not want to break Brother Mahmoud's message because people are going to be praying, there's going to be distraction, there's going to be noise, and I want everyone to hear what he says because it's important towards what we collect tonight. So please, let's take 10 minutes, inshallah, we'll pray namaz over there on the right hand side and we'll reconvene.
So we left off, we took a break for Salah. And actually that's actually very good. It was nice to see such a strong group, everybody getting up and going to pray. Because you know what? It reminded me of a very, very important ayah in the Quran. If you guys can give me your ear, please. All right, I'll wait till you guys are finished. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah tells us in the Quran, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. Those who believe and do righteous deeds. What do? They establish their prayers. Alhamdulillah. All of you got up, all of you went and you established your prayer. That's iqam as-salah. That's the establishment of the prayer. Wa ita is zakat. What's the second part? Those who give in zakat. Those who give to those, it's a prescribed amount from our Lord, from Allah, that we all give. And surprisingly, alhamdulillah, it was nice to see so many go pray, because I know now, after the salah has been done, that you will also uphold the second part of this. The second part of this ayah, which is to do what? To give in charity, to give in zakat. And what does Allah tell us? He tells us, the reward of this is not from the people. The reward of this is not from me or from him or from anyone. The reward of this is actually from your Lord. Because as Shahid was saying, you know what? I don't know if my prayer is accepted. But I know that inshallah, if I give in charity, I feel it. I feel the impact of it. That's the importance of giving in zakat and giving in charity for those who need it. I'm going to ask for a short video to be played. This will help you to understand the need and the importance of supporting this. So please pay attention to this video. Thank you.
For the first time in this area, women and children have access to a 24-hour facility with reliable doctors, staff, and technology. Every child deserves to grow older, and every mother deserves to see them do so. You have the power to make sure they do.
This was from our visit to the hospital. We saw with our own eyes the impact that it's making. Tonight, we have a target. Tonight, we know the generosity of this community. We know every time a fundraiser happens, every time an initiative is brought to you, you guys have always supported it. Tonight, Shahid by himself, Shahid Allah himself has asked you guys, join me hand in hand and help me support those people who need it most. So I'm going to ask for the first individual tonight who's going to start us off, who's going to take the reward, inshallah, for the entire night for all those who give. First person who will raise their hand and say, I want to be the one to join hands with Shahid in this cause and to support this work, and we would like that to be first for $10,000, inshallah. Do we have anybody in this audience who can raise their hand and say, I will be the first, inshallah, I will be the first, God willing, I will be the first to do this, and don't do it in secret. If you want to give, raise your hand nice and high. I think the volunteer was pointing that way. I don't know if there was somebody on this side. If there is, raise your hand now. Raise your hand and give. I can share stories with you over and over about how right now in your heads, you're thinking, you know what, $10,000 is quite a big amount. What am I going to do? This is the whispers that go through everybody because we start to worry about ourselves. We say, nafsi, nafsi, me, I. What am I going to do with my family? And then you can also, let me remind you, you have given before, you have donated before, but alhamdulillah, your state is what? You're fine. You're able to continue because God promised us. He said, charity never depletes from your wealth. Never. Every time you give in charity, you will never find yourself struggling. Because charity, anyone, Muslim, non-Muslim, you hear the same common mantra. You give in charity, it helps you to increase. So let's make that intention. Let's get all those whispers out of our head. You don't have to give it all in one shot. You can break it up and give it over a year. You don't have to give it all in one go. We have machines here. You can give a check, whatever you like. You can make the pledge today and give it to us. If you don't have it today, you can give it to us in a few weeks' time. But I want you to make that commitment. Say Bismillah. I know many of you are thinking it, and you can do it. If you break this down, it's less than $1,000 per month. Less than $1,000. So do we have that first individual who will be the first to start us off tonight, and do it publicly, please? I know many of you will hide it. You will just write the pledge. It's on your tables. You all have pledge cards in front of you. But raise your hand to be the first one for that first $10,000, inshallah. Do we have someone? And if you guys see someone, just point at me and get my attention so I can get those individuals that are giving, inshallah. MashaAllah, this is a huge thing that I want to take a pause for. Brother Malik's son, he just told Brother Bilal here that I want to give $500. I want to give $500. Just give him a round of applause. And his father wants it to be known. He's not taking my money. He's giving his own money. He wants to give it from his own money. You know, this is what we need to show to the community. These are the type of individuals who not only say, you know what, I'm getting the help here. My father says, you know what, it's my right. If I want to donate, I can donate. And he wants to donate $500. May Allah accept it from you. And may this motivate everybody else here that, you know what, I can also give. That I can also make that commitment. So please take this as a motivation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I will match his 500.
So we have Brother Najib saying, I'm going to match his 500 so he gets that 1,000 for him. And the reward is for you, my man. You're going to get to help children and women who need that help care. And this is going to be your opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you. So not only somebody matched that 5 so that in his books it's 1,000 that he just donated. Now, The back's been signed. I have his signature. Alhamdulillah. So everybody, if no one's staying up here with me for a bit, please have a seat. We have a bat now, you can see it, he signed it. It's actually the bat he uses, and he has used to play with. You can actually win this, and we're going to give everything that you commit today for this will go to the cause. Autographed by Shahid Bhai, you've seen the sixes he's hit, you've seen the amount of work he's done, the bowling, everything. But you can have this memorabilia to take with you. So let's get the bidding started for this tonight at $1,000 inshallah. Do I have somebody in this audience who says I will bid $1,000 for this bat? We have the first person to get it started. We have one for 1,000. We have 1,500. We have 1,500 in this crowd. 1,000 we already have. If you have 1,500, can I see your hand? We already have a person who's given $1,000 to auction this. I'm going to put this down. You guys can see it. I don't want to use it too much because my hands are sweaty. You get to be the person to hold it. We have 1,000. It's going to go cheap. It's going to go to a person who's just giving a minimum bid of 1,000. This, after now you know the Shahid Bhai is taking it easy, retiring slowly. The value of this is only going to keep going up. 1,000, 47.50, 5,000, yes. 5,250. You're already in it, man. Don't give up now. Don't give up now. You're in. It's like you're, going to 5,250. 5,250. All right, 5,000 going once, going twice. Oh man, this guy. All right, he said 5,500 is the next bid. 5,500 is the next bid. 5,250 going once. Going twice. Is there another hand? Or it's going to be sold at 5,250? But also I've been told, okay, I just got told your name, but I've also been told that it look very good with your collection. It looks very good with your collection. I don't know what collection you have, but if you have a collection, you know that 5,500 is a pretty cheap purchase. Yes, you know. 55, all right. 5,750. 5,750. There was another competitor here who's just kept his hand out and he's waiting till the end. 5,750 going once. 5,500 going once. Going twice. You're out. 5,750. He's in. 6. Are you gonna go for 6? 5,750 going once. Hold on. Going twice. Is anybody else taking it at 6? Who's in for 6? Who's in for 6? That's it? 5,750 sold to the brother in the back. That's it. Right, before we come up. Hold on. Don't bring him up yet. Stay there for a second. I want to ask your permission for something. You won the bid at 5,750, right? Do you mind if I can get Shahid Bhai to agree? Because I have a second bat. If you'll sign that as well, if you don't mind. And we give both bats at 5,750 to both the guys. Do you get it? Yeah. Go like that. Allow that. Are you okay with that price? 5,750. It's $250 more. Start it again. No, we have to take. I'm not going to do a second bat auction. First bat gone. 5,750. You can take it. He's given permission. He's willing to share that price. 2 bats will go at the same price. You will give it a good cause. You'll get your collection too. Okay, brother, you can come up for yours. You can think about yours for a bit. It's for a good cause. We're not going to be auctioning a second bat. That's the price we sold it at. We're not going to go for cheaper than that, inshallah. So, brother, please come up. Give him a round of applause. Inshallah, think about it. Get a second. And all the people in the front, if you can have a seat so everybody can participate. Please have a seat and move back off and down slow. Please come up, brother. Round of applause for the brother who's supporting the cause. Okay, alhamdulillah. Next. Okay, we have a ball. Shahid Bhai, can you autograph this as well? Okay, we have a ball here, autographed by Shahid Afridi. We know that he had a great career in bowling as well. He actually started off bowling and then made great, strides. We're going to start the bidding on the ball at 500. Do we have one for 500 for the ball? We have one for 5. We have one for 1,000. About 1,000, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500 for the ball. Do we have 1,500 at this table for the ball? The value of this with the wickets he's taken, 1,500. We have 2,000 in the back. 2,000 in the back. 1,500 going once. 1,500 going once. 1,500 going twice. We have 2,000 in the back. Or anybody else here who wants to join in at 2,000. It's going for almost half the price. 2,000 for the ball here. 2,500. We have 2,500. 2,500 for the ball. You went almost to 4,000 for the back, but you know the ball's worth quite a lot. Do we have one for 2,500? 2,500 between the three. We already have a winning bid at 2,000. 2,000 going once. 2,000 going twice. You want to come on at 2,250? 2,250, yes. 2,500. 2,500. 2,250 going once. 2,250 going twice. Do we have one at 2,500 to take it? Nobody's coming on at 2,250 sold. We have it sold right here, brother. 2,250. Come on up, come on up. All right, first ball went for 2,250. Do we get a match? The brother in the back who was close. Do you want to take the ball at 2,250? The ball, the brother in the back who just stood up. Over there. You want to take a ball at 2,250? You had a bid as well. 2,250. You can come up here and get the ball as well, and it's yours. Agreed? You want to take it at 2,250? $200, $250 more in your last bid. Shahid Afridi ball, 2,250 signed. Come on up, brother. I know you want to. It's a small commitment, and you get to take a memorabilia with you for a good cause. Yes, 3 of you split it. It's fine. You can share with your friends. You good? You're out, or you're taking it? Out. Okay. Do we have... Okay, we'll do another bidding on this. $1,000. Already signed. $1,000. Starting bid. You want to start again? Maybe you win it at 1,000. $1,000 here. 1,500. 1,500. We have 1,000. Do we have 1,500? Where? 1,000 here. Do we have 1,500? 15 in the back. 2,000. 2,000. 2,000. 1,750. 1,750. 1,500 in the back. Go on, bid. Sold it at 2,000. Sold to 2,000 in the back, brother. I raised his hand with the red, next to the red shirt. That wasn't a raise? Oh man, you were waving at me.
बेटा आपने हाथ उठाया तो क्यों उठाया था आपने?
मजाक के
बहुत आपके बराबर में है ना?
Okay, so we're at 1,500. Where was that 1,500 bid? Here. 1,500 was the last bid. So the real bid was 1,500. 1,500 going once. It wasn't 2,000 in the back. 1,500 going twice. It's all for good cause, guys. Who wants to take it at 1,750? 1,500 sold. Come on up. We can have a picture sold at 1,500. All right, that's the auction items that we brought. But there's one special item from a local artist who drew this in your city, and she donated it to be auctioned off tonight. Thank you. We have this beautiful hand-drawn. This is not a painting, it's drawn by pencil by the looks of it. Beautifully done, and Shahid signed it today by a local artist from your own city, Mashal Mazhar, who put this together for tonight's auction. You get to take this picture home that's autographed in the different parts of Shahid's career. Can we get the bid started at $1,000 for this? Do we have a $1,000 bid for the painting that's signed?
Yes.
Oh, he wants to take it himself. Okay, we have 1,000. Who wants to compete with Shahid tonight? Who wants to compete for 1,500 against Shahid Bhai? Shahid Bhai, 15, who wants to do 1,500? I'm going to put this down to the fall. 1,500, 1,000 we already have. Do we have someone for 1,500 to take this hand-drawn autograph picture drawn for tonight's program? 1,500. Or next higher bidder, because I want to take it away from Shahid Bhai. You can't take this back out of the city. It has to stay here. Who wants to do 1,250 for this? 1,250. 1,250. We have one for 1,250. Do we have 1,500? 1,500. Do we have a bid for 1,500? We have one for 1,250. 1,500. 1,250 going once. 1,250 going twice. Do we have a bid for 1,500? 1,250 sold. To the brother in the front, you can come up here again. All right, those were the auction items that we had for tonight. The back offer still stands at, what was the winning bid? $57.50. $57.50. And I'm not doing what I did with the ball. Usually I don't like to go because the second and the third items go. Here she is. Give a round of applause to the sister who drew it. Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you. Who wants to take that back at $57.50, and then I'm going to get off stage and let you guys have your dinner. All right, Shahid Bhai, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. If you have any questions about our projects and what we do and how we do, you're more than welcome to approach me or any of the team members that are here. With that, I conclude. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Thank you.
We're going to have dinner right now in 2 minutes. I just want Sister Fatima to read out the special message that the Prime Minister of Canada sent for this evening, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau. Sister Fatima.
Jazakallah khair, everybody. MashaAllah, it was very, very good event. Jazakallah khair. Also, Brother Mahmoud, you have done great job, MashaAllah. It's an honor that I'm going to read the letter of our Honorable Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this year's annual fundraising dinner, hosted by Islamic Relief. Let us recognize that our country is only successful because we have built it on a firm foundation of diversity in which Canadians from all communities, including our Muslim Canadian community, come together to make our country better for everyone. Tonight, we gather to raise money to build hospital in Pakistan to assist and provide aid to children. The generosity you have shown through your attendance and donations truly embodies what's meant to be Canadians. Please accept my warm welcome and best wishes for a memorable dinner.
All together.
And our good host, our MC, hard work for Brother Bilal. Thank you for all your help and for being with us and supporting us.
Take pictures, please.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Brother Tariq. Tariq Tayyib. Tariq. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
This guy is like a sisters behaves as secret sauce.
Thank you.
I got